Welcome again to Rayo Breckenridge Outdoors, a fishing show specially produced for those who find adventure in the great outdoors and the sport we call fishing. Rayo Breckenridge Outdoors is brought to you in part by Iowa Rods and Reels Made for Each Other, Jim Walter Homes, building together to save you money, Muskol Insect Repellent, the original Canadian formula. Muskol, no bugs, no bites. Ranger Boats, there's nothing like a classic. Dodge Truck Division of Chrysler Corporation, Dodge trucks are Ram tough. Stay tuned, Ray will be right back after these messages from our sponsors.
You know, there's nothing like a classic. Elegant lines, the finest quality, craftsmanship in every detail. Now, this is a classic, too. It's the famous Ranger bass boat. Every line, every detail says quality. Just what you'd expect from the people who pioneered modern boat design. If you could have any bass boat in the world, this is the one you choose, Ranger. There's nothing like a classic.
Strike King's new drop bait, the short arm spinner bait, is the most versatile lure ever. You can buzz it, slow roll it, or crank it, just like a regular spinner bait. And its Y-guard allows it to be fished virtually anywhere. But the real surprise comes when you let it fall. The extra short arm lets the newly designed blade rotate like a helicopter, creating flash and vibration like you've never seen or felt before.
The new short arm in the 3/8 and the 5/8 ounce size, the best drop bait I've ever used.
Know why old Charlie Carl invented Muskol insect repellent? He felt sorry for us poor fishermen getting carried off by those giant Canadian mosquitoes. You're looking at some strong stuff, because Muskol is 100% DEET, the strongest repellent you can get. Original Canadian formula, Muskol stops them all: mosquitoes, chiggers, ticks, and biting flies, for up to 10 hours of bug-free fishing. So get Muskol insect repellent. No bugs, no bites, except for the fish.
The fish formulas have helped me tremendously with my fishing. What do other well-known fishermen think of it?
For big bass, Formula 2 is the best I've ever used.
Formula 2 is the best I've ever used. It really helps you catch the big one.
My smallmouth love it.
Now there are two new formulas that you'll sure want to use. Formula crawfish when they're feeding on crawfish, and Formula saltwater for all ocean species. The fish formulas will definitely increase your catch.
He's a fish of no pleasing shape. He has a big head and flat, much greater than suitable for his body, a mouth very wide and usually gaping. He's without teeth, but his lips very rough and much like to a file. So wrote Isaac Walton more than 300 years ago in his book, The Complete Angler. But old Isaac never saw the beautiful Tennessee River catfish, or he probably wouldn't have talked so rudely about such a noble fish. Well, actually, he did write something nice later on in his book. He said the fish is commended much more for his taste and nourishment than for his shape and beauty. And he also said catfish never refuse to bite, nor indeed to be caught with the worst of anglers. Now, that statement really got Rayo's dander stirred up, and it didn't take more than a few hours before he and his buddy Joe Mitchell were on the river, just to test Mr. Walton's theory about this business of catfish never refusing to bite.
I know this is the finest time of year in the world, catfish. Hey, look here, I got me a nip.
Hey, you getting a lick here already?
Oh,
yeah, man, hang on there. Yeah, that's a
I
good
don't know
fish.
whether I got him or he got me.
That's a good one.
He's on the boat, I know that much.
Get on that trolling motor.
Yeah, he's doing his best.
Well, we'll get him out one of those. You got a grip on him.
I think he got a grip on me.
Hang in there. You gonna get him.
Is that man alive?
Man, that's a good one.
I tell you what, Joe, if you would get the net for me, I'd use a net on him. I think he's big enough. He put a... You told me how these things would fight.
That's right. This time of year, them things are ready. Water temperature gets a little cooler.
You can hand me the net, or you can dip him. You want to dip him? Oh, he saw you. You must look
he went back down, didn't he? Gosh, what a
funny
catfish. This is the kind we were looking for today.
Oh.
Yeah, there he is. Man, isn't he pretty?
He is a pretty thing.
That is a nice catfish right there.
You're going to handle him like you handle him a little bit.
Yeah, I'll take care of that joker. That's right.
You going to take him hook
out there? We catch a lot of them things right there, Rayo. You lost a sinker there, didn't you?
Yeah, it popped off. We can do that. You going to put him in the back well?
Yeah, I guess we ought to keep him, don't you?
Hey, what you talking about? I like to eat them, don't you?
Shoot, yeah, that's good eating right there.
There's nothing no better than Tennessee River catfish. I guess, Joe, they're known all over the United States.
They sure are. These people come everywhere to eat these things and catch them. That's this time of year.
I mentioned this time of year, October, November. I love to come up here. I always come up here. Tommy Aiken or somebody calls me. And I've been wanting to come up here with you, and when you called me and said this place was ready, I was setting on go.
You was ready to come, wasn't you?
We're going to catch a bunch of them?
We're going to catch a bunch of these today. This is just a good starter. Looks like you've broke the ice here. We're ready to roll.
Joe, I don't think I even introduced you. I got so excited about this fish. Now, I've known you a long time, but people don't. This is Joe Mitchell. Joe, you live right around here all your life, I guess.
Yeah, that's right, Rayo. Born and raised there.
Round Camden, Hollow Rock.
Yeah.
And you catfish, crappie fish, sauger, do the whole bit.
Bass fish, do it all.
Just chase them all.
Just chase all.
Well, I tell you what, I'm going to enjoy fishing with you today.
Well, we're going to get on them. I'll tell you that.
If you want to, just slip him out there in the back lie. Well, we'll get with him.
We'll put that joker in here. We'll get some more of these today.
I've got to get my sinker back on there, hadn't I?
Yeah, you need to find that joker. Fell down in this boat here. We got some more back here, though.
Okay,
we'll get some more of them. Find you one here. Dig it out of this little bag right here and some in that tackle box, too. We'll get you going here.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Yeah, this is a good time of year, Rayo, to fish Tennessee River, especially in October and November is good fishing on Tennessee River.
The first time I was over here at Catfish and I was fishing, I started up the river, and I never saw as many fishermen ganged up in one area, and I actually thought, Joe, they were crappie fishermen. And I asked the fellow I was fishing with, Joe, what were these crappie? He said, no, that is catfishermen. I said, why are they gathered up in one particular area? And he said, there's a slough leaning off the old leaves, the old riverbed, and these catfish had congregated there, and they did every fall. And I believe there was 50 or 60 boats there, and all of them catching catfish.
Yeah.
And that really got my temperature up.
That'll get you wanting to come, won't it, Rayo?
It sure will.
This old ledge we're fishing here is an old river run. It's got a lot of big boulders right up this levee, right up this drop-off right here, and we're sitting right on this drop-off here, and these old big boulders down there. They might get a hold of one of them old boulders and hang on. After a while, we may have trouble getting one out there.
You mean just catch on, don't want to come back?
Just bite the fire out of that thing.
Well, they can do that.
Just don't want to turn it loose and get up here.
Right. These night crawlers.
But we're going to get them.
These night crawlers, they sort of like these night crawlers too, don't they?
They sure do. That's a good bait on this old river. A lot of people use it.
I'm ready to get back out there amongst them. Joe, we're fishing, what, 30, 35 foot?
Around 30, 35 feet, Rayo, right here on this drop-off. A lot of people fish this right here and catch a lot of these old whiskers. Good fishing.
Joe, we was talking about catching everything up here. I come up here in the wintertime a lot, sauger fish. Now, I like sauger fish.
Yeah, you was up here last year, wasn't you, Rayo? Uh-oh, you done got another?
Look at here what I've got.
Man, you done wearing me out today. What are you doing up there, Rayo? You holding your mouth right on this old river, aren't you?
He ain't wanting to come off the bottom.
Man, get him off that bottom. That's going to be a good fish. I can tell what he's pulling. Just one of them old typical catfish. They like it. Them old whiskers now, they good fish.
Look at that thing.
You don't net that, Rayo?
Yes, sir. Look at that laying on top of the water.
Oh, you done got him up. Golly, what another catfish. Don't let him get on that trolling motor. He pull off.
Joe, that fish goes back where he wants to.
Yeah, you're not turning that joker, are you?
No, not
He's coming up there, though. I believe you're going to get him up there this time. There he is again, right there. Get him over here just right, and I'll see if I can net him. I can't catch one, but I'll net him for you. That's a band. Golly, what a catfish. God, tell it nice.
You know, you told me You told me we were going to do this.
Yeah, I told you we were going to get them. Today's a perfect day, too. Isn't that a nice fish?
You bet.
Let me get behind that old joker right there, like that right there. Oh, he's going to try to get off.
Oh,
right
they're
there.
hard to handle.
All right, that net, he'll bite them old hands off, too. Up in here.
He's still got a lot of life in him, ain't he?
You got that right.
That's one thing, you know, I noticed you know how to handle them.
I'll get him just right here, because they can eat you up.
They can do it, too.
See if I can get that hook out. There you go.
That come out there.
Didn't lose that sinker this time, did we?
No.
Get back in there and get another one.
You know what?
Golly. What'll he weigh, Rayo?
Well, I was going to ask you that. You more used to maybe catching a few more catfish up here. Those catfish are short, but they have got some weight on them.
Yeah, they heavy. That old catfish right there weigh 5 or 6 pounds, won't he?
Well, I would think he would.
Yeah, he will. We get in that well and get a hold of it, Joe.
When I had a hold of him, there, when I try and pop him off the bottom, I thought he's going to weigh 7 or 8 pounds.
Ain't that a nice catfish?
That is a damn.
Now, this is what we come after, isn't it, Rayo?
That's what we came after. I tell you what, I'll take them 2s and 3s, pound and a half, whatever they are. I love do this catfishing.
You don't say this. You don't throw him
You
back.
better not try to throw that fish back in.
Stick that
You
joker
better
back
not
in
try
there.
to throw that fish back.
Looks like we're having a good day, Rayo. We'll just get in here and let you catch another one right quick.
Well, that sounds good. I tell you what we might do here. You and other people up here is fishing. They showed me this rig years ago, how we bait this. You put your sinker down here on bottom.
Down on the bottom.
Tie your hook off up about foot and a half. That's
Right.
just strictly a preference thing. You want it pretty close over to the bottom.
That's right. On that bottom sinker there, Rayo, hanging down there about 1.5 feet from that lead line there, why you go down right here on these boulders that we're fishing on, see, and you just bump the bottom, you can feel that boulder and those rocks and ledges in there and just drop off, and you don't hang up as bad that way. That's the way they fish here a lot for them, you know, and they catch a lot of fish like that. But this is a typical way that we fish for catfish up here, and we found it very successful.
Another thing, Joe, you can feel that strike, to me, you know, real easy with it tied off of your main line. If when he touches, of course, these catfish, when they hit it, that old saying, you better have a grip on your rod.
Yeah, they'll take it away from you, Rayo, up here. Now, we catch a lot bigger fish than this sometimes, you know, but not very often. This is about the size you'll catch, sometimes a little smaller. But this is about the average size catfish you'll catch just out here bottom fishing like we are. Some days you'll get a big fish, several of them, you know, and then some days you get this size. Most of the time you get this size.
Joe, I'm putting on a night crawler here, and you always want to put them on where they wiggle real good. That's the way I like to do it. Is that the way you do it?
Yeah, you need both ends of that thing wiggling a little bit, you know.
Where they really squirm.
So he can hang around there, and it creates a little action down there in that water.
Give him a good shot of juice.
Yeah.
That may be it, Joe. I'm putting on an extra shot.
Yeah, that juice is it.
They like that.
Shoot that old catfish juice on there. They like to smell that too, you know. And of course, they feed off of odor, you know, a lot. They say catfish makes a lot of difference.
You know our forefathers, Joe. You and I have talked about this. Years and years ago, they used all types of stink bait on catfish.
That's true.
From cut shad, spoiled cheese, to name a few, and I get all the livers.
They sure do. And that
you know,
old
it
cheese,
makes you wonder
still.
with all our scientific stuff now, and that was probably as much as 100 years ago, they knew what they were doing also in a roundabout way.
They certainly do. Of course, now, Rayo, this, as you know, this my old saying is, this is not as good as dynamite.
It's not hardly as good as dynamite.
But it does help you catch fish.
It's right next to it.
That's right. And I'll get down there and see what we can do. And of course, now you're ahead of me, Rayo.
Well, you got to bear down now a little bit.
Well,
You sit right here on top of them, though. You know where these catfish live, I believe.
Oh, yeah. I grew up with these things around here.
Yeah.
I like these little jokers right here. Good fishing this time of year, and we got the right bait. You got a good boat here. I appreciate you bringing me and letting me ride in your new boat here.
It's a slap damn new.
Yeah, I believe it is. And Rayo, I believe I got a hit right there. If I did, it's catch-up time, isn't it? There it is, Rayo. Yeah, now I see how you feel about these big old catfish. They've got that weight, hasn't it? This is just the way it is. I've caught them like this a lot of times.
You need a net?
We might ought to net that joker.
Well, I'm
Yeah, that's a good fish right there. Look at him pull, Rayo.
Oh, he's trying to get right all
Get that
down
thing.
in the middle.
Uh-oh, there he is. Come on up here.
Just take
Get
it
on
easy
up
with
here,
him.
Sis.
I'm
There he
hung
is.
up here.
Uh-oh, you got me on side, but I still got one here. We get him up here on the top.
I'm a coming.
There he is right there.
With the net, ain't that the way you do it?
Yeah, man, you got me on side, but I still got that fish, didn't I?
You got that fish, too.
Yeah, that's a nice catfish.
You gonna
like
get
I
him or
say.
you want me to?
I'll take him off. I'm used to handling them things.
Oh,
Get my hand right down in here. Just right. Little mouth. Now, them things have got a tendency, they'll bite you now.
they'll bite you, too.
They got teeth on them like a hog, like them Arkansas Razorbacks.
There you go. Oh, we got hung up here, Joe.
That's still a good fish right there.
Yeah. I'll be working this out if you want to drop him down.
We'll
there.
just drop him right down in here, and we'll get baited up again here and see what we can do. Drop him right in there. I guess you still want to keep him, don't you?
Oh, yeah. The more I look at them, Joe, the hungrier I get.
Boy, they are good eating.
You just, what you like, I know you fry these catfish up here.
Stay tuned. Ray will be right back after these messages from our sponsors.
The Polino 1162 Magnum gives your expensive gear the finest protection available. Movable dividers provide up to 62 compartments and 2 sides, making it ideal for baits of all kinds and sizes. Amber acrylic see-through lids allow immediate location of all contents. A deep reel compartment on one side provides space for the reel storage and for hanging spinnerbaits, or it will accommodate a removable tray. This completely worm-proof Polino 1162 box is available now at your local sporting good dealers.
Here's one crappie fisherman who wouldn't tie on anything but a Canyon mini jig. Rayo Breckenridge knows that Canyon quality means it's the most durable panfish lure you can find on the market. The 32nd and 16th ounce Canyon jigs are the standard panfish lures anglers have used for years. And now Canyon has a larger 1/8 and 1/4 ounce jig made especially for you bass and walleye fishermen. Just try them once and you'll see why Rayo always says
It's the best panfish lure I've ever used.
Hi, I'm Roland Martin, and whether you fish for a living like I do or just weekends for fun, too much sun can be a serious problem. That's why I use Overcast 15, a new sunscreen lotion made specifically to meet the special needs of fishermen. Formulated by a fishing dermatologist, Overcast 15 provides all-day protection against sunburn, prevents windburn, resists wash-off, and is harmless to equipment. Use Overcast 15 and spend more time looking for fish, not shade.
Know why old Charlie Carl invented musk oil insect repellent? He felt sorry for us poor fishermen getting carried off by those giant Canadian mosquitoes. You're looking at some strong stuff, because musk oil is 100% DEET, the strongest repellent you can get. Original Canadian formula, musk oil stops them all. Mosquitoes, chiggers, ticks, and biting flies for up to 10 hours of bug-free fishing. So get musk oil insect repellent. No bugs, no bites, except for the fish. I'll be doggone, Joe. I got a hit and he dropped it.
Did you get a lick?
That's unusual, isn't it? What
I
is
mean
that?
it is.
Saugers. We got saugers and everything
Got
else.
sauger and everything. Might be a big old drum. There's some old drum right down this stretch too, you know.
There's drum. Oh, yeah, I've caught drum in here. Maybe he'll come back.
Maybe he'll come back here.
Just bounce it light.
Yeah,
when
just
he hit
keep
that
her
one.
bouncing right off that. There he is, right there. Then you got him. Doggone, that joke.
Looky here. You might ought to get the net.
I believe we ought to get the
Look here,
net
he
on
don't
that.
want to come up.
He don't want to come up, does
coming
he?
up. He, there he comes.
You breaking?
Joe, he had that hold that boulder you was talking about.
Was he hanging on to it?
Oh, he was hanging on.
You ain't got him up,
No,
Rayo.
I ain't got him up. He is down.
There he come up right there. Yeah, that's a good catfish. Good catfish slimming right in that net there. Man, you just setting that hook right in there and
Well,
hanging
I tell you
on.
what,
Let me get
I was
behind that fin
surprised.
right there.
You think that was that catfish come back, or you think it was something else hit before he did?
Well, you could have got another peck from a smaller catfish.
It's really not unusual to catch a sauger or even bass, stripes.
That's right.
when you're fishing on bottom this way.
That's right. I got him out again.
I tell you what, Joe, I really appreciate that.
You're
I
welcome.
tell you what, we're working. You're gonna fry these up for us, right?
Yeah, as soon as I get home.
Yes, sir. Man,
You're gonna help me clean them, aren't you?
Yeah, I can skin a catfish.
I bet you can. Do they have catfish like this in Arkansas?
Y'all, we got catfish, but I believe y'all got us beating numbers. Joe, like, you know, me and you, I think, talked about it before. I think the Tennessee River catfish is something just a little bit special.
They are. We think they are. Look at them old whiskers right
Isn't
there.
that something?
They tell me that's the way they smell.
That's
How about
right.
you?
That's exactly right.
I'm gonna throw him the live well and let you get you another.
All right.
There ought to be another in there about where you caught that, because we're sitting pretty
You know,
close on that ledge.
That's something I want to ask you about, Joe. When you catch a catfish, say, floating down this way, do you try to come back to it, or you go ahead and make it float and come back through again?
I usually just go ahead and float through, then turn around and come back, you know, and just keep right on that ledge and close to those boulders that the fish hang around. They like that, you know, and it seems
They
to be a
will
good place.
gang up, though.
They will gang up on them old boulders down there and on those drop-offs, and they're looking for something to eat down there, you know. And when you drop that old bait down in there, they're gonna get it. This is a good place to fish right here. We fish it a lot. I believe I got a lick right on. I did. I did. There he is right there. That's a good one there. Come on up there, surface that thing. We're gonna need the net.
on him, don't you?
I believe we'll have to have the net on this one.
I've
We
already
get
got
that thing right there. Look at him go.
Man.
I'm not turning him yet. Now that's a big good fish right there.
You know, a fish like that can literally go back where he wants to, Joe.
He sure can. I'm not doing anything with him. He's gonna try to get out of there. Look
When
at
he
him.
gets up top, I'll
Have you
get
seen him
back
yet?
there. No, I
I
can't.
hadn't got him up yet. He's coming up. There he is. There he is. That's a good one.
he
What do you
got
think? Oh, look at him go. He's gonna try to get out of that boat.
He's
Get him
gonna
out
try
from
to-
there. There he is.
And I
I
better
see him
come
again.
back there?
Ooh. Talk about catch up.
Just don't horse that one.
Look at here, look
what
at
a
here.
pull.
Look at here, what a catfish. Come
You
on
think
up.
he
I
got
see him, I see him.
Yeah. You think he got to look at me?
Ooh, look at him go. We better net him pretty quick. That's a big one.
Them things are.
Golly, Bill. Ooh, Rayo, you doing that on purpose.
You know I wouldn't have
get out
done,
my
you know I wouldn't have done that.
You trying
Joe.
to knock that one off.
You know I wouldn't have done that. I didn't get my net
There he
turned.
is.
I didn't get my net turned.
Golly, what a catfish.
If he'd have got off, you'd have whipped me, wouldn't you?
I'd have whipped you good.
Oh, that is a good
Golly.
fish.
This is what it's all about, isn't it, Rayo?
That is what it's all about, too. Now, you got you a dandy there.
Yeah, that's a good fish.
I want to help you let you help me get him out
I'll
of there.
help you
if
get
don't
him out of
care.
there.
Because I can't hold a net and get him the same
Let me
time.
get my hand down in there. Them things, they bite you like a groundhog.
They'll do it. I want to get a hold of you.
I got a good lick on him, though, didn't I?
Oh, you did. That is a...
Gosh, them old teeth sharp down there. They're not sharp as a whale, but they try to tear your hide off. Got him right in that old tough spot, that old jaw, didn't we, Rayo?
Hey,
There he is.
if that fish would have got away, you'd have thrown me overboard.
I'd had to throw you overboard on that fish. Isn't
That's
that
a
nice?
long fish now, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the reason he's fighting, so don't you guess?
He was strong.
A lot of power.
A lot of power, too.
A lot of power. Now, that's a beautiful fish. You don't throw him back?
Joe, you're not trying to throw him back, are you?
No, we'll put him in there. Let's get that. Let me get a hold of him right here.
I tell you what, I'll do.
You raise that lid. I'll try to get. Now then, we got
Now
him.
we got him at home.
That's
I
what
got to
we're
get on a
looking
trolling motor here.
for. Ooh. You know, them things wear you out, Rayo.
One like that will, like, girl.
That's not like catching them bass, is it?
The difference, they're so strong.
That's right.
They're not as quick as a bass. And they'll fight a lot longer. You get them to the boat, they'll do like this one did here. They'll go back down on you at times.
That's right.
It's something I'm needing bad. Joe, it's that time. You've got me all nervous catching all these catfish. And I think a chew tobacco would really help me.
You fixing to get you a chew? Now, that'll calm your nerves right there.
I'm
There's
not
nothing.
fixing to. I done got it.
You done got that chew, ain't you? Yeah, I'll take a chew. There's nothing like a good chew at the back out here on a fall day like this. Wind blowing, good breeze, catching fish. Mighty good, mighty good.
There's nothing like it to me, Joe. I just enjoy being out here. I know all of us likes to catch fish, but to me, I need to enjoy a day like today with the scenery like it is. You know, the fall colors are setting in without even catching fish. I actually can.
You sure can. And
Catching the fish is just a plus.
that's right. It's beautiful down this section of the country here.
The fish formulas have helped me tremendously with my fishing. What do other well-known fishermen think of it?
For big bass, Formula 2's the best I've ever used.
Formula 2 is the best I've ever used. It really helps you catch the big one.
My smallmouth love it.
Now there are 2 new formulas that you'll sure want to use. Formula crawfish when they're feeding on crawfish, and formula saltwater for all ocean species. The fish formulas will definitely increase your catch.
The greater value in an American truck is not a compact Ranger or S10. It's a full-sized Dodge.
We are Dodge, and this is how we build our trucks.
The 84 Dodge D100 with a full-size 6-cylinder engine and cargo capacity standard. More room for 3 full-sized adults, yet comparably equipped, it's list-priced hundreds less than Ranger or S10, and backed by the longest rust-through truck warranty in America.
We are Dodge. Dodge trucks are red top.
Hi, I'm Bill Norman. I want to show you the best deep diving crankbait on the market today, the Deep Little End. There you go.
You got your meaning, didn't you?
Yeah, you said he'd be in there, and he was. He's still not ready to come in the boat, Rayo.
Oh, they got to fight him. They got a lot of it.
You too can catch the big ones on a Deep Little End. See your dealer today.
You know, there's nothing like a classic. Elegant lines, the finest quality, craftsmanship in every detail. Now, this is a classic, too. It's the famous Ranger bass boat. Every line, every detail says quality. Just what you'd expect from the people who pioneered modern boat design. If you could have any bass boat in the world, this is the one you'd choose, Ranger. There's nothing like a classic.
The greater value in an American truck is not a compact Ranger or S10. It's a full-sized Dodge.
We are Dodge, and this is how we build our trucks.
The 84 Dodge D100 with a full-size 6-cylinder engine and cargo capacity standard. More room for 3 full-sized adults, yet comparably equipped, it's list-priced hundreds less than Ranger or S10, and backed by the longest rust-through truck warranty in America.
We are Dodge. Dodge trucks are red top.
Rayo Breckenridge Outdoors has been brought to you in part by Daiwa Rods and Reels Made for Each Other. Jim Walter Homes, building together to save you money. Muskall Insect Repellent, the original Canadian formula. Muskall, no bugs, no bites. Ranger Boats, there's nothing like a classic. Dodge Truck Division of Chrysler Corporation. Dodge trucks are ram tough. We hope you've enjoyed the past half hour of fishing, and we invite you to join us again next week at this same time. Welcome again to Rayo Breckenridge Outdoors, a fishing show specially produced for those who find adventure in the great outdoors and the sport we call fishing. Rayo Breckenridge Outdoors is brought to you in part by Iowa Rods and Reels Made for Each Other. Jim Walter Homes, building together to save you money. Muskol Insect Repellent, the original Canadian formula. Muskol, no bugs, no bites. Ranger Boats, there's nothing like a classic. Dodge Truck Division of Chrysler Corporation. Dodge trucks are Ram tough. Stay tuned. Ray will be right back after these messages from our sponsors.
Daiwa introduces the most advanced bait casting reel ever to surface. Graphite Magforce with AutoCast. The lightweight reel that helped Larry Nixon win the Bassmasters Classic. With Daiwa's new AutoCast control that lets you cast one-handed and cover the water faster. Plus a 5.36 to 1 retrieve that's the fastest in fishing. Get Daiwa's new Magforce with AutoCast. Get a jump on the fish.
The fish formulas have helped me tremendously with my fishing. What do other well-known fishermen think of it?
For big bass, Formula 2 is the best I've ever used.
Formula 2 is the best I've ever used. It really helps you catch the big one.
My smallmouth love it.
Now there are 2 new formulas that you'll sure want to use. Formula Crawfish when they're feeding on crawfish, and Formula Saltwater for all ocean species. The fish formulas will definitely increase your catch.
Know why old Charlie Carl invented Muskol Insect Repellent? He felt sorry for us poor fishermen getting carried off by those giant Canadian mosquitoes. You're looking at some strong stuff, because Muskol is 100% DEET, the strongest repellent you can get. Original Canadian formula, Muskol stops them all. Mosquitoes, chiggers, ticks, and biting flies for up to 10 hours of bug-free fishing. So get Muskol Insect Repellent. No bugs, no bites, except for the fish.
The fish formulas have helped me tremendously with my fishing. What do other well-known fishermen think of it?
For big bass, Formula 2 is the best I've ever used.
Formula 2 is the best I've ever used. It really helps you catch the big one.
My smallmouth love it.
Now there are 2 new formulas that you'll sure want to use. Formula Crawfish when they're feeding on crawfish, and Formula Saltwater for all ocean species. The fish formulas will definitely increase your catch.
Throughout Arkansas's Delta country, numerous streams and rivers once supplied the area with enormous amounts of surface water. But the resource diminished during this century. Rivers were channelized and their floodplains reduced. Wet areas were drained and cleared for agriculture, and groundwater pumped to irrigate crops. The practice continues today, and now a once abundant water resource is becoming scarce. Rails fish in a lake affected by these changes. At one time, this lake covered a larger area, but during the past 50 years, portions of it were drained and the land claimed for row crops. Its waters now carry a pretty good load of silt. What this patch of wilderness looked like a century ago can today only be left to imagination. Though it's smaller, the lake's muddy waters are still good fishing territory. Rayo and his buddy Doug Rogers remember the good old days here, and they believe this area can still claim some of its tradition as an angler's paradise. They're armed with fly rods and mini jigs, and as Rayo says, they plan to daub these lures around the buckbrush and tupelo gum trees. They're after crappie, brim, bass, just about anything that thinks it's hungry for a plastic bug.
Buckbrush and water hyacinths keep growing in here at the rate they're growing out another 5 to 10 years. This will be another little delta lake that's going to be gone.
Yeah, he'll catch, what you're referring to is catching the silt.
Right.
Yeah, it will really do that. And these lily pads are really thick in some areas on this.
There we go.
What you got there, Doug?
I believe this is what we've been looking for.
Yeah, that's exactly what we're looking for. He got a little weight on him, hadn't he?
Yeah, he's a little better than pan size.
Yeah, that's exactly what we're looking for. Will you buy me a soda pop if I'll hold you there where you catch it now?
Yeah, I'll buy you 2.
Buy me 2? All right, I want to hold you to that now. I'll hold you right to the spot. You won't have no excuse now if you don't catch another one.
I guess you want a big orange.
Oh, yeah, something that's big.
I can get through all this brush to get back in here. Tight as these fish are on this brush, and making it tough to... They're really tight on it.
Well, I'm sure, Doug, that the rain that we had last night here, we had a local rain that blowed and stormed and lightning. We got a different wind change. It's going to really have effect on these fish. It makes it pretty nice sitting out here fishing this nice cool breeze for the summertime, but it may be pretty tough fishing. But I'm really willing to give them a pretty good try, aren't you?
Yeah. We could get about a limit of those apiece or close to it. I wouldn't care if it was 110.
Well, me neither. You ready to move up a little?
Yeah, let's move up. I guess that was a loner. This is kind of tight, close fishing in here, Rayo. I think we need a 3-foot pole now instead of these 10, 11-foot fly rods.
Yeah, but we've caught a few fish in here at different times. It'll be worth a try and get back in here. I'm trying to move in here as easy as I can. Like that. Oh.
He was probably every bit of, what, 3 inches deep when he hit?
He was shallow. Hold on here now. Let me get a hold of the limb. Oh, I'm getting in a terrible mess here. But it's worth it.
I'll guarantee
you. It is worth it if I can get it. I can't hold him up here. The little, look, I ain't got no jig, Doug. He swallowed the whole thing. Not bad, is it?
It's a nice crappie.
That's what we call pan-sized crappie.
That water's only about 8 inches deep, 6 to 8 inches deep.
Out here where we're fishing?
Yes.
Yeah, we're setting them about, what, I guess 12 to 18 inches?
Probably.
Would you put him in my well for me?
All day long.
All day long. I really appreciate that, Doug. Besides, you know, that way I can get back out here and fishing before you get to fishing. Now, I don't know what I'm going to do left-handed here now. Oh, that breeze is coming up fast, isn't it? Can you believe how shallow that fish was?
This cool weather, like you were saying a while ago, it's unusual for this time of year.
Well, you remarked, now, you and I were here late yesterday afternoon, it was raining. And I believe you told me that the surface temperature was 76.
Right.
It was about 72 or 73 degrees this morning.
Right.
That's a pretty good drop overnight. And I would imagine from looking out in here and seeing these bait fish out in the shallow water in the woods that that's probably where those fish are, right out in that shallowest water. You didn't miss you one back there, did you?
I wasn't going to admit to it, but I think you saw. You had
jig went just a little bit high in the air there.
Eagle eye on me, so I'll have to own up to it. I missed one.
That's the only trouble about, I like to fish back in places like this, but if you miss that fish with these light rods, you're going to end up with that jig up in a tree, a pretty good distance up there. I'm going to have to go to a small hook. I'm not going to miss another one, Doug.
Well, I'm not going to say that because
I shouldn't have said it. I think I've got into a brim over there. I'd take one of them.
There's some real nice brim in this lake.
You know, if I remember correctly, you and I were down here one time, and we just got in the brim bed right back in there into my pole.
Right.
It was some kind of brim fishing.
Hey, if those brim would average, maybe we'll catch one here in a minute, so the viewers won't think we're getting a little heavy on them, but they would average a pound, some of them a little over a pound.
Oh, that's brim. I think, Doug, I've got my jig. I've got on a little bit too much heavier jig for him. Oh! He went around and around and around and around.
That's one of those brim we were talking about.
Now, I mentioned before, you call that a bull brim, male brim. Now, I don't know, boy, calls them roosters, Doug.
Right.
But that is a male brim.
That's a male brim.
Isn't that thing pretty? Look at the markings.
And there's a pound of meat right there.
Yeah, that's a big old brim. Oh. Reckon I ought to pitch him in a well back there if you'd raise that up.
So I'll raise
I
this
bet
for
I
you.
could pitch it and hit that dude right there.
Rayo, we've got a bunch of fry back here. I don't know what kind of fish they are, whether bluegill, crappie, or what, but it looks like something had a good hatch.
You know, we saw quite a few fry already this morning. They must have got a real good spawn in this area here. Well, I like to see that, Doug.
I'll move them a little, drop my jig in them.
That means we're going to have a fish for the future.
Right.
Why'd you got coming out of the brush pile?
Well, they're going to go back into the brush pile, I guess.
Doug, I've got us going into the trees up here.
Well, I may have to take water back here at the back of the boat.
Hey, that's all right. That's a black crappie, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Boy, that's a pretty dude.
Well, I wish the live well was up front where I could ask you, would you put him in for me, but...
What do you think I'm setting up here for? I just wished I could have reached back there and see if you'd had a buddy while you was putting him up.
I think the wind blowed us in here a little bit. I hope he's got a buddy.
Well, that's the only excuse I've got on handling this boat, that the wind is bad. I hear some fish back in the shallows again, Doug.
It's really unusual for this time of year to be as cool as it is.
That's probably all that little front that went through there yesterday in the cloud. And somebody said that, I think the television said it got some light hail in places, and that'll cool that air off a lot. Doug, I believe some of these shallow fish out here are brim.
You think these brim are still trying to bed, Rayo?
Oh, yeah, they will. This is the month that they really like to bed in. They usually will bed a little bit deeper. But you take out in this shallow water, Doug, that water is probably 3 or 4 degrees cooler, and they're in the shade all the time, or the biggest part of the time, and they probably spawn out there in that real shallow water. You think I can get us out of here?
I hope so.
We may be in one of them places when there's no way to get out.
I got a feeling there's some big cottonmouths in here, and I'd just soon not stay with them all night.
Oh, I know there's 1 or 2 in here. I got the trolling motor blade against a whole bunch of stuff down in there. And we're going to move out just a little. Don't get hung up going out of here. I have done that a few times, and you?
More than I'd like to mention.
Looky what I got coming out there, Doug.
He thinks he's a bass.
Airborne. How about that? I can get my fly rod in. Look here, he just swallowed the whole jig. Now, you know, you and I were talking a while ago. All the time we fished it, boy, I barely had him. Popped right out. Now, that's a good-sized crappie.
That's a nice-sized crappie.
Good. You can see about how big he is there with my hand. Comes up to about right there. We have never caught, a trip or two we've come down here, this smaller crappie in here.
No.
We've always caught, and they're good crappie, good-sized crappie, but we've always caught larger crappie. Sort of, I've got you where you just barely can't reach it, haven't I?
I'm trying.
If you'd open up, be kindly enough to open up the door. Now you watch this shot, the way I'm going to throw this. Right between the cameraman's legs. If I miss, I got it. How about that?
I'm trying to count up soda pops you owe me. I think close to a 6-pack now.
I tell you what, I really do appreciate it though, Doug.
Rayo will be right back after these messages from our sponsors.
Strike King's new drop bait, the short arm spinner bait, is the most versatile lure ever. You can buzz it, slow roll it, or crank it, just like a regular spinner bait. And its Y-guard allows it to be fished virtually anywhere. But the real surprise comes when you let it fall. The extra short arm lets the newly designed blade rotate like a helicopter, creating flash and vibration like you've never seen or felt before.
The new short arm in the 3/8 and the 5/8 ounce size. The best drop bait I've ever used.
The new Beating Heart Lures from Whopper Stopper, the world's only lures with a lifelike beating heart of a live critter. Fish try to kill them with vicious strikes like you just saw. The Throbber for small and medium-sized game fish. Its fluttering drives them crazy. The Dog Walker, it brings out the killer instinct in the giants like stripers and redfish. And Scrambler for those stubborn northern pike and muskie. The Beating Heart turns on the whoppers with its lifelike pulsations. The new Beating Heart Lures, made only by Whopper Stopper.
Hi, I'm Roland Martin, and whether you fish for a living like I do or just weekends for fun, too much sun can be a serious problem. That's why I use Overcast 15, a new sunscreen lotion made specifically to meet the special needs of fishermen. Formulated by a fishing dermatologist, Overcast 15 provides all-day protection against sunburn, prevents windburn, resists wash-off, and is harmless to equipment. Use Overcast 15 and spend more time looking for fish, not shade.
Know why old Charlie called and invented musk oil insect repellent? He felt sorry for us poor fishermen getting carried off by those giant Canadian mosquitoes. You're looking at some strong stuff, because musk oil is 100% DEET, the strongest repellent you can get. Original Canadian formula, musk oil stops them all. Mosquitoes, chiggers, ticks, and biting flies for up to 10 hours of bug-free fishing. So get musk oil insect repellent. No bugs, no bites, except for the fish. Look at what I got me, Doug.
What do you got? That's in the sun. I can't see.
Oh, if I got me a crappie, if I can ever get out of there. Now the wind's got me. Here he comes. He swallowed the whole jig.
We got it all, didn't he?
He got it all. He been on the bed where he'd been fighting there. I may have to have my needle nose.
You got your pliers up there?
Yeah, around here someplace.
Good. I'm gonna get to make another Coke, because I'm gonna operate the live box.
You gonna get to operate the live box? Are you about ready for me?
I'm ready.
Here he comes. Look at that, boy. I'm getting good.
You want to give me a bath too?
I tell you one thing. We slipped back about 50 yards, didn't we?
Yeah.
I tell you what it was, Doug. I sure didn't want you to get my place until I got back up there.
Well, I bet there's more around here somewhere.
Well, there's got to be. You notice I'm getting in a hurry here. It's trolling motor, don't you? You know, when fish ain't hitting good, you get a lot of short strikes. And I hadn't caught a crappie that hadn't literally swallowed that jig. But I don't know how. Doug, that's a pretty good snake, isn't it?
Yeah.
What kind of snake is that?
I don't know. I'm not much of a snake expert, but he looks like a black snake, but he's got those light bands crossed off his back.
He's not too afraid, is he?
I don't believe he is.
Come on around there, boy.
I believe he's gonna be about 5 foot long time he gets stretched out.
Oh, he is a dandy. He's gonna try to get in the boat with us. What are we gonna do about that?
Well, we can rub him a little with this fly rod. They don't seem to bother him.
He's just gonna go on under the boat. That's a Pretty snake, if there is such a thing. He decided he's gonna go up that tree. You suppose, Doug, he's looking for bird eggs?
I don't know. He better be looking for something climbing up these trees.
We're still trying to identify these friendly rascals. But two things we're sure of. One, they're mighty curious. And two, they're snakes.
There's one. I've got him wrapped up in a treetop.
You not sure you got him or he got you?
He got me, but he's a little brim. But he's like me, he's fat.
He's been well fed.
Well fed. I believe we'll just put him back. You keep catching those crappie and I'll just throw my brim back. It makes me look kind of bad.
I don't know. I sort of like catching brim now.
Oh, they're fun to catch. No doubt about it.
Oh, look here what I got coming up, Doug. Come
Jackpot.
Come out of there. Whoop.
He's gone. I knew it. Had to wait till he got to the boat to show out.
Yeah, I ain't got him yet. Now,
look at there.
Look at how red that tail is on that fish.
Huh. It's red all the way through. First I started to say if it's red on the bottom, might have just finished spawning, but it's red all the way up, isn't it?
Not bad, is it? Would you be kind enough?
I sure would.
Which one you want me to throw it in, the front one or the back one?
Which one can you get the most water on me with?
I believe I can get more water on you in the front one.
Okay, go for the front one.
Go for the front one.
You got the back one. All right, just do it again. I'll just hold the box open here.
All right, I'll be. Hey, come out from under there. Brr, crappie. Look here, trying to run all the way up.
He's gonna wrap you around the trolling motor.
He done his best, I guarantee you.
You about lost that fish.
Yeah. You know, if you'd had a cane pole, you'd come straight up on him. He wouldn't have done much.
Just barely hooked.
Hey, now, you gonna sit back there and take it easy again?
I'm smoking and I'm gonna operate this live. Well, I'm good at this.
Which one you want me to put
Let's
in
go
this
for the back one. That way you hit the front one.
All right. How about that?
Okay.
You know what, Doug? Today we ain't caught that many crappie in one place. Now here we're catching a few crappie in one place. Now these crappie have probably been off bed, not what, 2 or 3 weeks?
Probably.
They're back on their way, but they're not bunched up as much as I was really expecting. See if I can get that jig all the way under there. Crappies had such, you and I have talked about it a number of times, and all fishermen has had such a hard time spawning this year. It's been unreal. But they hadn't been bunched up all that much. But I'll take them one at a time, 30 yards apart, any way I can get them.
30 at a time and 1 yard apart. Let's try some of that. I like that the best.
30 at a time?
1 yard apart.
1 yard apart? Oh, I couldn't stand that.
This Delta Lake will be here, hopefully, for a few more years, maybe long enough for our grandchildren, and maybe even their grandchildren, to enjoy this small part of our wilderness heritage.
Strike King's new drop bait, the short arm spinner bait, is the most versatile lure ever. You can buzz it, slow roll it, or crank it, just like a regular spinner bait. And its Y-guard allows it to be fished virtually anywhere. But the real surprise comes when you let it fall. The extra short arm lets the newly designed blade rotate like a helicopter, creating flash and vibration like you've never seen or felt before.
The new short arm in the 3/8 and the 5/8 ounce size. The best drop bait I've ever used.
Hi, I'm Bill Norman. I want to take you on one of the greatest topwater fishing trips you've ever been on with a triple wing buzz bait.
That is a fine sized fish.
The blade makes the difference on the triple wing buzz bait. See your dealer today. Hi, I'm Bill Norman. I want to show you the best deep diving crankbait on the market today, the deep little end. There you go.
You got you a meaning, didn't you?
Yeah, he said he'd be in there, and he was. He's still not ready to come in the boat, Rayo.
Oh, they got to fight him. They got a lot of it.
You too can catch the big ones on a deep little end. See your dealer today.
You know, there's nothing like a classic. Elegant lines, the finest quality, craftsmanship in every detail. Now, this is a classic, too. It's the famous Ranger bass boat. Every line, every detail says quality. Just what you'd expect from the people who pioneered modern boat design. If you could have any bass boat in the world, this is the one you'd choose, Ranger. There's nothing like a classic.
The greater value in an American truck is not a compact Ranger or S10. It's a full-sized Dodge.
We are Dodge, and this is how we build our trucks.
The 84 Dodge D100 with a full-size 6-cylinder engine and cargo capacity standard. More room for 3 full-sized adults, yet comparably equipped. It's list-priced hundreds less than Ranger or S10. And backed by the longest rust-through truck warranty in America.
We are Dodge. Dodge trucks are red tough.
Rayo Breckenridge Outdoors has been brought to you in part by Daiwa Rods and Reels made for each other. Jim Walter Homes, building together to save you money. Muskall Insect Repellent, the original Canadian formula. Muskall, no bugs, no bites. Ranger Boats, there's nothing like a classic. Dodge Truck Division of Chrysler Corporation. Dodge trucks are ram tough. We hope you've enjoyed the past half hour of fishing, and we invite you to join us again next week at this same time.